Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to our educational program. My name is Miss Layla and today we are going to discuss Unit 1 together, so let's begin. Family and friends. So this is episode 1. We are going to discuss vocabulary words of Unit 1 and reading comprehension. So now we have this question. Let's read it together if you can. How many brothers and sisters do you have? I personally have 5 sisters and 1 brother. So how many brothers and sisters do you have? Let's see here. Nasser has 1 brother and his name is Khalid. They enjoy playing video games together. So what do you enjoy doing with your brothers and sisters? Do you like to paint together? Do you like to swim together? Do you like to play football together? Okay, now let's go to the vocabulary words of topic 1, and that is family and friends. So beginning with the first word of today, and that is the word hip. So repeat after me. Hip. Hip. Good job. So what part of speech is hip here? It's a noun. Excellent. Let's read the example here and then let's guess the meaning before we read the definition. So my grandmother broke her hip after falling. She was in the hospital for a month. So as you can see in the picture, that's the hip. It's a bone in the body. Next we have the word operation. So repeat after me. Operation. Operation. Excellent. So what part of speech is operation here? It's a noun. Good job. Let's read the example together. Sarah had an operation when she broke her leg in the accident. As you see in the picture, they are performing an operation. So what do I mean by operation? It's an act of surgery performed on a patient by a doctor. Next we have the word wheelchair. Let's repeat together. Wheelchair. Wheelchair. Good job. So what part of speech is wheelchair? It's a noun. Excellent. That's a wheelchair in the picture. Let's read the example here. My father bought a wheelchair for my sister who broke her leg so that she can move in the house. As you see in the picture, that's a wheelchair. So a wheelchair is a chair with wheels to move a person who can't walk. Next we have the word limit. So repeat after me. Limit. Limit. Excellent. Let's see, what part of speech here is limit? V stands for verb. Good job. Let's read what's the past form of limit? Here is limited, adding ed. Now let's read the example here. Traffic laws limit the speed in the city streets to 60 kilometers per hour to reduce accidents. So limit, to hold or control. Now we have the word physically challenged. Let's break the word in half. Physically challenged. Physically challenged. Excellent. So physically challenged here is an adjective. Good job. Now in this example, people who are physically challenged, as you can see in the picture, have their own sports club in Kuwait. They practice their favorite sports. So physically challenged here means a person who has difficulty with physical problems. The opposite of the word physically challenged is physically capable. Moving on to the next topic, and that is the topic of home sweet home. Now we're going to discuss the vocabulary words of the second topic, beginning with the word spacious. So repeat after me. Spacious. Spacious. One more time. Spacious. Good job. So spacious here is an adjective. Excellent. Let's read the example. Aisha is looking for a house with a spacious living room. As you see in the picture, that's a spacious living room. So a big room. The opposite of the word spacious is tiny. Next we have the word attic. So repeat after me. Attic. Attic. One more time. Attic. Good job. Attic here is a noun. Excellent. Let's read the example here. My father keeps a big telescope in the attic to watch the stars. As you see in the picture, that is the attic. It's a space or room inside the roof of a building, on top of the building. Next we have the word temporary. So repeat after me. Let's break down the word to make it easier. Temporary. Temporary. One more time. Temporary. Good job. So temporary here is an adjective. Now let's read the examples together. Or example, before moving into our new house, we were living in a temporary apartment or flat. So a temporary apartment here is a short term. The opposite of the word temporary here is long lasting. Next we have the word inwit. Let's repeat the word together. Inwit. Inwit. One more time. Inwit. Good job. So what part of speech is inwit here? N stands for noun. Good job. Let's read the example. The people of Inuit build their houses using ice bricks and call them igloos. As you see in the picture, that's an igloo made by an Inuit or a person who belongs to the Inuit people. So Inuit here is a group of people who live in the Arctic areas, or the Eskimos. Next we have the word eco-friendly. So let's repeat it together. Eco-friendly. Eco-friendly. One more time. Eco-friendly. Excellent. So eco-friendly here is an adjective. Now let's read the example. Paper bags in most of the supermarkets are eco-friendly and safe to use. As you see in the picture, that is a bag that is eco-friendly to the environment. So not harmful to the environment. Next we have the word adventure. So repeat after me. Adventure. Let's break down the word. Adventure. One more time. Adventure. Good job. So the part of speech of adventure is a noun. Excellent. Let's read the example here. Riding a hot air balloon is a great adventure that one will never forget. So an adventure here is an unusual and exciting experience. Next we have the word especially. Let's repeat it together. Especially. Especially. So what part of speech is especially? It's an adverb. Excellent. Let's read the example. It's hard to find the right words, especially when you wish your mother a happy birthday. So especially here means in a special manner. Next we have the word against. So repeat after me. Against. Against. One more time. Against. Against here is a preposition. Let's read the example here so we can understand what we mean by the word against. The two basketball teams are playing against each other right now. So against here means in opposition to. Next we have the word delicious. So repeat after me. Delicious. One more time. Delicious. You know that what I mean by the word delicious. It's a common word. It's an adjective. Let's read the example here. The bakery next to our house sells delicious chocolate cakes. So here the opposite of the word delicious is awful. So delicious, awful. Here it means tasty. Next we have the word source. Let's repeat together. Source. One more time. Source. Again, source. Good job. So source here is a noun. Excellent. Let's read the example together. There are many sources of information. Let's use some of them to complete our project. So we have many sources of information here. Sources means when you get something from. This is the chart that summarizes the whole vocabulary words that we've learned today of Unit 1. So we have nouns, the verbs and adverbs and adjectives and preposition. Now it's time to practice together. Are you ready? So practice 1 from A, B, C and D. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, pay attention. In hospitals, old people who can't walk can use A, sources, B, adventures, C, operations, and D, wheelchairs. So what's the answer? It's D, wheelchairs. Who can't walk can use wheelchairs. Next, number 2, most parents try their kids' screen time because smartphones and tablets may harm their eyes. So we have A, limit, B, post, C, operate, and D, perform. So what's the perfect verb here? Is limit. So most parents try to limit their kids' screen time. Number 3, Zahra had an replacement operation. I hope she gets well soon. So A, hip, B, attic, C, source, or D, wheelchair. What's the answer here? So it's A. Zahra had a hip replacement operation. Number 4, my brother is what? He needs a wheelchair to move around. So my brother is either A, eco-friendly, B, spacious, C, temporary, and D, physically challenged. So who needs a wheelchair? Someone who is physically challenged. So here is D. My brother is physically challenged. Okay, practice number 2. From A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer as well. So number 1, we usually store our old boxes in the, where do we store them? Of the house. Is it A, attic, B, operation, C, inward, or D, wheelchair? Excellent. It's A, the attic. So we usually store our old boxes in the attic on top of the house. Next we have the sentence, my father bought a villa. It has a lovely garden with colorful flowers and trees. So is it A, delicious, B, spacious, or C, temporary, or D, eco-friendly? So it's B, spacious, because it's a villa. We can't say delicious, we can't eat a villa. So my father bought a spacious villa. Number 3, I like watching the show called Explorers. It's about interesting in the forest. So A, hips, B, attics, C, adventures, or D, wheelchairs. It's C, adventures, since we have the word explorers in the sentence. So it's about interesting adventures. Number 4, all cars that work with electricity they have electric motors. So A, spacious, B, temporary, C, delicious, or D, eco-friendly. So cars that work with electricity are eco-friendly. That is D. Now practice number 3, from A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer as well. So number 1, the Arctic areas of Canada, the people build igloos to protect themselves from the cold. So is it A, attic, B, Inuit, C, source, or D, wheelchair? So these are the Inuit people who build igloos. Number 2, my mother is buying fast food. She cooks delicious homemade food. So is it A, against, B, next to, C, above, or D, under? So my mother is against buying fast food. Excellent. B, fill in the spaces with words from the list. We have many words here. We have the word attic, we have the word especially, we have the word spacious, we have the word operation, and lastly we have the word limit. So let's begin with number 1. Sarah found her lost toy in the... She has been looking for it for a long time. So which word are we going to use here? Excellent, it's attic. So Sarah found her lost toy in the attic. She has been looking for it for a long time. Next we have the sentence number 2. My friend got out of the hospital after a or an what in his eyes. So which word is suitable for this sentence? Good job, it's operation. So my friend got out of the hospital after an operation in his eyes. Next we have the sentence number 3. We have to what the amount of plastic we use to protect the environment. So which word is suitable for this sentence? Excellent, it's limit. So we have to limit the amount of plastic we use to protect the environment. Number 4, we have Ahmed and Nasser like running around areas. So which word is suitable for the sentence? Ahmed and Nasser like running around, good job, spacious areas. Now do it yourself at home, practice well. Page 7 in the student's book, exercise 1. You can do it. So thank you for listening.